Victor Robledo, and today we're going to talk about why you can't make your tummy feel better. Before we get into that, make sure you like and subscribe to send this video out to as many people as possible. This stuff can change someone's life. Instead of waiting back, you're empowered to fix yourself. You can do it. Food is your medicine. Let's get into it. So we have a lot of people, a record amount of people that are testing for food intolerances, allergies, but basically it comes down to suffering from GI distress, irritable bowel syndrome, low stomach acid. People are on antacids like crazy. Why are we struggling so much with our GI? Well, first, most people understand that stress can impact how you digest food. I think that's the first and most important thing to understand. Stress can in fact impact how you digest food. Now, if you can believe that, then it's simple to go, okay, well, stress can impact it. So what does it do to my GI system? And that literally, that endocrinology, that shift, if you eat something and you're stressed out and your stomach hurts, something has already happened before that that's going to impact long-term health. And most people don't understand that. And so if you're going through the drive-through, picking up food, well, first off, you made that mistake. You're in the drive-through, right? You're eating a processed food, something that's inherently ungood for you, not good for you. But the other thing is that your body hasn't prepped and gone through the proper phases of getting ready to consume food, which is usually takes preparing it, smelling it, calming the body down, sitting and consuming it. Now, don't discount that little system, even the mere act of blessing your food, which I grew up doing. And this isn't a religious thing. I think if you take an opportunity to look at your food and just say, really take an opportunity to like be very grateful for that food, it shifts your body. So blessing your food in some ways is critical. Why do so many people struggle with their GI tract? A lot of it is the system has let you guys down. If you have severe stomach pain or consistent stomach pain, irritable bowel symptoms, gassy and bloatedness, they are going to treat the symptom. Right? So you go to the doctor, okay, try this. Okay, try this. Okay, try this. Let's go step by step. So a lot of times it's antacid. Well, that decreases your stomach acids, then you have more trouble digesting food. Well, that can lead obviously towards malnourishment, not getting enough breakdown of the food, right? And this is aside, I did another video on leaky gut and how that can be created and how that can wreak havoc on your health. But then there's a progression. And I know this because I went through my own, right? It took me stepping outside of that system and going, okay, wait, this is wrong. I don't have blank or blank. I don't have food allergies are not something I've ever had. Why is this happening now? And so I actually ended up testing positive for H. pylori, and they gave me high levels of antibiotics to deal with that. Well, of course, that destroys your gut even further, and you're getting this out of whack bacteria, bad bacteria to good bacteria balance, right? You destroy the good stuff, and then all of a sudden this other one flourishes. And a lot of people are prone to reaching towards stimulants, sugars, processed food. Well, guess which one of these bacteria really thrives in there? That all of a sudden that goes out of whack, and your energy goes into the tank, and inflammatory markers go way high. And so you can see how this is a slippery slope on how the GI tract is going to give you some problems. And so what is the solution? So I spend a lot of time with clients on getting them to understand what a healthful diet is. That's incredibly important. You can actually Google that. It'll come up: anti-inflammation, heal the gut, protocol for glutamine, yada, yada. That's easy. But what a lot of people don't understand is that the root cause of that inner GI conflict. Here we go. And this is a part that no one wants to talk about, especially maybe in your doctor's office. He doesn't feel qualified or you don't know him well enough. You get a good one, they might say, hey, what's going on in your life? Right? So if you're having this constant inner conflict in your life, you are going to see that in your GI system, and it's going to keep talking to you. Now, let's say you go, well, I got no problems. That was where I was. I was like, I got no problems. I got a successful business, beautiful wife, 4 amazing kids, 5 to come. When I was going through that, that's for another day. When my wife told me she was pregnant with our 5th, I was in the middle of massive adrenal fatigue, GI problems, hormone problems. I was like, wow. Well, first off, I'm like, I'm not ready for this. And I'm like, dang, I must not be really sick at all if I can procreate. So getting back to inner conflict, if you find that your life in general, you're saying to yourself, I'm not stressed, I'm living my life the way I want, but you still are having GI problems, I really encourage you to look back. And I've had a tremendous amount of success helping people understand that. How we develop in our stress management as adults goes back to our youth. I know between the ages of 5 and 12. And for some people a little bit younger, I've had some people that I work with at 3 or 4 are sensing something was wrong, amiss, and then they find out that blank, blank, and blank was happening to them when they were little. And so that inner conflict, whether it's when they're youth or an adult, if you haven't dealt with it, that doesn't mean you just say, oh yeah, I'm over it. It means you've actually removed and tried to get this energy that is essentially stored inside us. People always say, oh yeah, muscles have memory. I would agree, but trauma has a memory too, and it's stored in muscles. Believe me, go to your average yoga class and hold pigeon pose for a while and look around the room. There's usually someone that ends up with an emotional sort of release at some point. And so that inner conflict is important to deal with so that you can move forward. Now, there are steps that you can do that. Breath work and meditation, which I have my clients do, in journaling, is probably the most powerful thing you can do. So at least you can start getting that out. And once you get that out, track it. The proof should be in the pudding, right? You feel better, it's working. If it's not, you go talk to someone else, someone that's a mentor to you. Shrinks definitely have their place, but we want to deal with it on both an emotional and a stored physical level. For me, I sometimes like to separate, like, hey, let's just deal with the energy storage. Let's breathe in this way and see if we can tap into it. All right, so that's it for today, guys. If you have any questions further about this, this is what I do. This is what I love. You can leave them down in the comments below, or if you have a more detailed question, I have my email there. You can send me an email. I can get the ball rolling and get you healing. Thanks a lot.